believing in you.
Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm just gonna be doing my little nighttime routine. I love to do a lot of rituals at night because I feel like I can much more effortlessly feel into my breath and into my body, and I just feel more creative at night. So I just finished taking a course on Procreate. I'm trying to add little animations to my videos and just up my editing game a little bit, and I've been using Skillshare, which is the sponsor of today's video, and I just really wanted to give them a good shout out because I've been using them for years. They're an online learning community with thousands of classes for creative and curious people. I personally love the video editing classes, anything on animation or After Effects, you know, how to use actual editing softwares like Final Cut Pro or Premiere. I also love the painting classes. Not only can you find stuff to expand your brand and your trade and craft and actually help your business, but they also just have classes that you can take for fun and have that be part of your self-care routine, especially now during just one of the most uncertain times it feels like in the world. It's really important to have outlets to just let go and decompress, and I feel like you get so many options with a membership on Skillshare. The community around the classes and the teachers are also really nice and can be engaging as well. If you want to try them out, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my bio will get a 2-month free premium membership of Skillshare, so you can explore your creativity and all the classes that they have to offer and help you grow as a business or just on a spiritual level become part of, you know, your mindfulness practice. Time alone is so sacred to me, and I definitely feel I've been waking up with just a little bit of anxiety some mornings about everything going on in the world and everything that I have expectations for myself to do and accomplish. Anytime that I feel myself wake up several days in a row with anxiety or just a little bit of sadness, I'm like, ooh, let's just take some deep breaths, let's really sit with this, let's work through this, and see what we can do to just feel really grounded and centered and joyful, because I really do think there are blessings in every single moment. I feel like especially blessed to just have created this reality for myself that I'm currently existing in. No matter where you go, you bring yourself, but I've definitely noticed, you know, maybe a little bit more worry, and that has just created more creative blocks and things like this. So I've just been really committed to my yoga practice because that is the one thing that always makes me feel like so safe and like everything's gonna be okay. So I'm gonna do some of that tonight, and yeah, just be kind to myself in all the ways that I can. This time of day is one of my favorite to behold and bear witness to. I love the shift from day to night, the twilight, you know, in between phase. It feels like different spirits and energies come out to play after the sun sets. But this evening I decided to bake some cinnamon rolls because I just love making food and treats for my friends, and I slightly overworked the dough so they weren't as fluffy as I would have liked, but they're still cinnamon rolls and I feel like you can't really go wrong. So I just cooked these up and baked them in the oven while I did my yoga practice. I think I'm gonna do like an hour of yoga really quick. I just quickly want to say that yoga and wellness and healing and just any spiritual practices, anything that brings you back to your center, it has been heavily marketed, and I'm aware that maybe I've taken part in that, you know, external vision of what wellness and spirituality looks like, but at the end of the day, it has nothing to do with what you're wearing or what it looks like. It's all about what it feels like and the inner experience. Absolutely anyone can practice yoga. You do not have to be flexible, you do not have to have matching yoga outfits. I personally like to wear things that I feel comfortable in and that my bust feels supported in, so I really like these yoga sets. But I just wanted to put that little reminder out there. Anyone can practice yoga and meditation and self-care and wellness and rituals, and it's just all about your inner experience. And also just with painting and art, it doesn't even matter what your art looks like, it just matters how it made you feel when you created it. And these platforms are very external and are about, I guess, highlighting the beautiful parts of life and making things look aesthetic, and I am so not beyond that in any way or above that in any way, but I think it is just important to verbally say that it doesn't matter what any of this or any of like even my body looks like. It's just about the journey of returning home and what that can do for yourself and for others when you begin to embark on that journey. skincare routine is really simple. I just cleanse with a basic cleanser that I actually just ran out of, and then I just go in with some vitamin C serum on my cheeks, on my chin, just anywhere where I have acne scars. And it is really nice to just say kind things to yourself when you look in the mirror. Even if your skin is breaking out, I had really bad pimples and acne for I think a good year and a half of my life, and when my skin was the worst, I found the most confidence because I allowed that inner radiance and beauty to come from within. Not responding negatively to it allows me to just be equanimous in every aspect of my life and not be so attached to having perfect skin or have my day ruined because I have a bunch of like pimples on my face. I know I don't want to energetically feed into something that I don't want. I love moisturizing my body. I prioritize this every time I get out of the shower. I'm just using some African shea butter that I got on Etsy, and I just rub this into my body, kind of massage it, and then I just get my PJs on, which I love wearing pajamas, just oversized comfy things. And this is a set that I got on Depop. It's secondhand, and I journal. I love adding little fun things to my manifestation journal just to make it visual and colorful and just something that I really enjoy to curate. I don't spend too much time on my phone throughout the day, so I always take time at the end to get back to any messages, and I'm a voice memo kind of gal. I just wanted to share a little bit about my manifestation journal. I get a lot of questions about this. I have always had manifestation journals. Since I first learned about the law of attraction, I realized the importance of writing things down, writing down your intentions or visions or wishes or messages that you're receiving. It really solidifies that frequency or that vision, and I feel like just makes it more real when you take it out of your mind in any way and put it into this physical realm. So for me, I initially started this journal off by adding a bunch of photos that just resonated with me. I have some photos of myself and moments that made me really happy. And then a lot of these are just from Pinterest. And I, for example, have a list of all the places that I want to travel. And since creating this journal, I have checked off quite a few places on my list, and the list keeps growing. I write down my manifestations or wishes or desires next to the photos that correlate to that wish. So if I have a photo of like all these girls in the kitchen, to me sisterhood is so important, and I know the safe container that it is when you have beings around you who fully see you and support you. Just any photos that you like that inspire joy, write something about them as if you already have it. It's about what it feels like. I started this journal I think a little over a year ago, and so much has manifested in my life since starting this, especially just reading this page about sisterhood. I felt like I had good friends in my life that I'm still friends with, but not too many, I guess, spiritual friends who I could practice with and just talk about the universe with. The knowing that, you know, people that do resonate with you so fully are out there, and just trusting that they're going to come into your life whenever it's time. I have more photos of friends. Yoga by flowing water as the sun hangs low and crickets chirp. Backyard picnics when the days feel endless. Time moving infinitely in every direction. Bursts of laughter, feeling understood on a soul level, and the best tunes jamming in the background. Time is slower when I'm with them. There is so much peace in my heart. And this may sound corny, but this is honestly how I feel now in my reality. And I started these initial pages when I was in my last partnership, and I was just craving feminine energy and to spend so much time with friends because I was always with my partner, and I wasn't, I feel like, having the experience that I wanted to as someone in their early 20s. On this page, a tender lightness fills me up. I am so unbelievably whole just as I am in this moment. All matter that surrounds me is vibrating with the truth. You are worthy. To sit and to really feel with your whole body, the life pulsing through your bones, to breathe and to melt into everything that surrounds you, to pull each breath deep into your chest, to feel and to know. I think I wrote that after a yoga practice because that's how I feel after I do yoga. It's just this deep sense of knowing that's effortless and no thought is involved. So I write that kind of stuff. And I try to make it cute because it makes me happy to look at this and experience this. Sometimes I write poetry, I write lyrics of songs that I like or mantras. I have this page that says things that excite me, and I just write them down. So if I'm ever down or bored, I'm like, oh, I have so many exciting things that I can do right now. And then I started to add photos in this as well from my Polaroid. My Polaroid broke, so I haven't added any recently. But I also just journal in here. This is also just kind of a diary where I'm tracking my spiritual growth. So it doesn't all just have to be positive. I feel like I shy away from that. I just really want to be real with myself and any densities that I'm experiencing or any ways that I know I can improve. And I want to just write out every part of my like psyche or my spiritual path, things that I'm struggling with, things that are really feeling good, like parts of my yoga practice, or areas that I'm not feeling confident in myself, because I can literally see my growth and evolution happening on each page, which is really cool. And a lot of times I also journal after I meditate, and my friends will write in here. And then I also take notes on books that I'm reading. Like I'm reading Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza, and I have some pages set aside to write just the notes that I really resonate with from that book. So I'll just read one of those because that book is really good. We know that it takes a clear intention, a coherent brain, and an elevated emotion, a coherent heart, to begin to change a person's biology from living in the past to living in the future. That combination of mind and body, of thoughts and feelings, also seems to influence matter. I'll read another one. Heart coherence creates a measurable magnetic field that projects beyond the body. Elevated emotions of love, joy, gratitude, inspiration, compassion, and freedom actually signals new genes that make healthy proteins affecting the body's structure and function. So we can literally change our DNA with our mind and with our frequency. Fully embrace heart-centered emotions before your future unfolds. And that's that deep knowing, just knowing that everything is going to work out better than you could possibly imagine, and knowing that you are guided and supported beyond your comprehension. You don't even know the miracles that are awaiting you in each moment, and you have to give yourself the space to feel into those. And what I mean by that is to not constantly be a victim to your mind, day-to-day obligations. It's so easy to just constantly be thinking about everything that you know to be true about this reality, but it's so important to leave space for the complete unknown, for just nothingness, for not identifying with everything, and space to not label everything as good or bad, but just to be in a space of nothingness, essentially. Anytime I find myself having a busy mind, I just connect to my breath, and I'm like, ooh, wow, here I am arriving in this moment. And to me, meditation is literally just saying hello to myself. It's really simple, just checking in with my body, with my breath, with the state of my mind, even just noticing if my mind is busy. That is part of meditation, and there's no such thing as a good or bad meditation. Every time you go and sit, you learn something about yourself. You are bringing awareness to the moment, and it's okay if you have a busy mind. You're not a bad person. You're not doing it wrong. There are just other tools that can help you to be more still and feel not so, I guess, bullied by your thoughts or feel so invaded. That is just the greatest nectar of life, is being right here in this moment and feeling and breathing and experiencing it really with all of your senses. We're so gifted in these human bodies to have these senses because they are, I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes on my ankles. They are anchors into the present moment, and these experiences are so wonderful. To be able to taste food, to be able to feel touch, to have, you know, a climax with a partner, to see these colors. I just feel so much more in control of my destiny and of my energy and of what unfolds around me, because I'm just here with it. And I try not to run away from the scarier things, like, you know, any sadness or any anxiety, and just really be discerning about it and see things in kind of a practical way. Like I said, waking up with anxiety a few days in a row, I'm like, what can I do to change this? What can I do to love myself through this? I just started to catch myself in that line of thinking where I'm feeling down, and I would realize that I was creating my reality from a very negative headspace, and I would stop myself in my tracks and be like, wait, okay, I'm just hungry and tired right now. So I'm not going to indulge these negative thoughts about what my future is going to be. I'm gonna go home, drink some water, and take a second, because I think it's so, our mind doesn't know the difference between an internal experience and an external experience. Like, our mind responds accordingly, and so I was putting my body into this state of fear constantly when I had anxiety and when I was feeding into these negative thoughts about my future in my life. So once I decided to do breath work when I had anxiety, I was able to change my physiology and then act out of a different headspace and not be putting my body into states of fear constantly. It's so simple, it's so profound, it's something that has to become habitual, but now I practice that daily, and just being present, I know when, like, where certain thoughts are coming from, I guess, especially negative thoughts. I'm just like, girl, you are just hungry or you are just tired, or you're comparing yourself because you're just not proud of the work that you're doing. I can just be real with myself and not watch my mind run away to these desolate places, and that is such a power and a gift. So I think I'm gonna end my nighttime routine here. I have all my white candles lit, and normally I do yoga kind of right before bed. So I have my mat out, but I did it a little bit earlier today because I wanted to. And I usually just do a very slow yin breath focused practice, and then I just lie in bed and read books. Sometimes I watch TikToks. Yeah, that's really exciting. It's either yoga, reading / watching TikToks in bed, or I'm at her house watching something and we're cuddling on the couch. We watched Apocalypto the other night. We watched Avatar recently. We watched this show on Netflix that was kind of scary about spirits of the woods. And yeah, just trying to absorb beautiful films and art with deeper meanings. But that is it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me and receiving my energy. And don't forget, the first 1,000 people to click the link in my bio will get a 2-month free premium membership of Skillshare, where you can just explore your creativity, dive deeper into a certain trade that you're interested in, or expand your business, which is incredible. I am going to get cozy for the rest of the night, and I'll see you in a video soon. I hope I cherish you, and just thank you for being on this journey with me. Bye.